Today, we're gonna try to show you guys how to turn these into these.
Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. We're gonna cover pistols. We're gonna give you 5 awesome drills to improve your pistols if you already have them. And then at the end of the video, I'm also gonna go over some strength and mobility exercises. So if you're working on getting your first pistol, how to improve our strength and also improve our mobility so we can have those perfect pistols.
Our first drill is gonna be pistols to a box. This does a couple different things. One, it's gonna identify if we have the strength to get down and back up. And the second thing that it's gonna do is it's gonna incentivize us to sit back and down. A lot of times when we're doing pistols, we wanna go hips and knees at the same time, and that causes us problems to either get below parallel or causes us to get up on our toes. If one of those is a problem for you guys doing pistols, a box is a great way to make that change or improvement. So I'm gonna be about 6 inches away from the box. I'm gonna lift my left leg up, sitting back and down all the way to the box to a seated position, engaging, standing back tall. This is also a good drill that will highlight if maybe one leg is weaker than the other, or at least one muscle group is weaker than the other. Maybe we've got one side of our posterior that's not quite firing as much as the other, and this is a great way to shine a light on that we maybe needed to do some accessory work to strengthen one leg over the other. Drill number 2, if we maybe have the strength but don't have the mobility to get down below parallel on just one leg, we can use a plate to lift our heel up similar to a lifter to where we don't have to rock onto our toes, and it buys us a little bit of space so that we're not fighting the mobility to get down and can still practice the rep without having to come up onto our toes. So similar to a lifter, I'm gonna set this down on the ground. I'm gonna put just my heel on the plate, which still gives me some stability so I can use my heel, but don't have to hit the range of motion on the floor. Practicing the same thing, sitting back and down, trying to keep my heel on the plate the entire time, giving myself a little bit of extra room towards the bottom. This plate is a great stepping stone. If you guys are still wanting to get some reps under your belt, but the mobility is not quite there, we can still drive through our heel, hit the range of motion, and practice some pistols. Drill number 3 is gonna be using a plate as a counterbalance. So similar to drill number 1, where we're really focusing on sitting back and down, this is kind of giving us a counterbalance to help us have the confidence to do that. So a lot of times in the bottom of our pistol, we have a hard time committing to sitting back, or when we do, we actually fall backwards. And this allows us to have a counterbalance that we can hold out and away from our body in the front, which makes it a little bit more comfortable. Go down below parallel, get back up to keep our center of gravity directly over our foot, getting up and down. And a lot of that is motor skill, and we need to build reps to build comfort. So this is a bridge to get us to do that. Drill number 4 is gonna be an assisted pistol. So balance is more the issue. We've got some strength, we've got some mobility. What we can do is we can start by putting our opposite foot behind active heel, and that way it allows me to take the balance out of it. I can still sit back and down, working on my mobility, standing back up, creating some light pressure with the top of my foot into the back of my heel, so I can get comfortable getting below that range of motion and taking the balance aspect out of it. Drill number 5 is gonna be holding our opposing foot. So if we're still working on balance a little bit, but we're good with pistols, or maybe we're still working on our hip flexor strength, we've got some drills coming up for that. But what we're gonna do is I'm gonna lean onto my working foot, I'm gonna reach out and grab the toe of my non-working, using that as a counterbalance, as well as my hand to keep my foot off of the ground at the bottom of the pistol. It's a great way to work into this. It'll slow the pistol down, should help with balance as well as coordination. 2 bonus things that can definitely help with pistols and squats really in general. Deliberately press your big toe in the ground. Keep that nice and active. Should help with balance all the way around. Second thing, make a deliberate hips back first. That'll help keep you from tipping forward.
Let's talk strength. So maybe it's a strength issue. This could be strength out of the bottom, or it could also be strength with our opposite leg, where our heel hits the ground every time we're trying to stand up. So that's what we're gonna attack first. The first drill I have for you is gonna be leg lifts over a kettlebell. So we're gonna come seated down to the ground. From here, just having that kettlebell just out to the side, engaging my midline, so keeping everything nice and tight. I'm just gonna lift, tap my heel, and come back over. That's gonna be 1. We're gonna think about trying to keep this leg nice and long as we lift. So just gently lifting, tapping your heel, and then we can switch sides. I would do 3 sets of 10 reps per leg. Another way we can practice this, if we don't have a kettlebell, it's just gonna be hands to our side and focusing on slowly alternating our legs. So I'm just gonna lift and reset, lift and reset. Just focusing on keeping my midline nice and tight and keeping my legs straight. We could do 3 sets of the 20 alternating leg raises if we don't have a kettlebell or something to lift our leg over. Our next drill is gonna be a pistol negative. We do negatives for all sorts of things to build strength. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lower down, slow and controlled, aiming for a 3 to 5 second descent, starting from standing on top of the box. One foot is gonna hang off the side. As we lower down, we're gonna try to touch that foot to the ground and then think about driving hard off of the leg that is actually on the box to get us back to the top. So I'll show you what that looks like. To initiate, the first thing we wanna do, just like a pistol, is push our hips back. So I'm gonna think about big toe pressing into the box, and I'm gonna push my hips back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm gonna drive hard through the leg that is on the box. Let's do it again. 1, 2, and drive. So you can see by the height of the box that I've chosen, when my opposite foot actually hits the ground, I am in this below parallel position, which is gonna be very similar to my pistol. So just keep the leg that's hanging off the box nice and tight to the box, so when we hit the bottom, we can focus on using our hamstrings and our glutes to drive us out of the bottom. So nice and controlled, and we drive. So that's gonna be a really great exercise to strengthen your single leg. You may notice one leg is harder than the other. I would do 3 sets of 5 negatives, aiming for as slow as possible descent, 3 to 5 seconds on the way down, and an explode up. Shrimp squats, that's my last strengthening exercise. So exercise number 3. This is one of my absolute favorite exercises, whether we're just working on it for accessory to strengthen each individual leg or to strengthen our pistols. So for the shrimp squat, I recommend having an ab mat or some sort of padding under your knee. What's gonna happen is we're gonna plant one leg, which is gonna be our pistol foot. We're gonna push our hips back, and then we're gonna try to drop our knee straight down into the ab mat. Notice my back foot has not touched the ground, and I'm gonna drive hard through my front leg, standing tall. Same thing, pushing my hips back, sitting down, and driving hard. I absolutely love this exercise. I recommend 3 sets of 10 to 12 squats or shrimp squats per leg. Now let's talk mobility. For a lot of us, it's actually an ankle mobility issue. So where we actually can't get our knee out over our toe without our heel starting to pop up. So I've got 3 awesome drills for you that are gonna help work on your ankle mobility. First, you're gonna need a kettlebell. So we're just gonna come down into a half kneeling position, and we're just gonna take that kettlebell, sit it right on the quad towards the knee, and then we're just gonna press out. Just letting this weight drive our knee forward out of our toe, focusing on keeping our back heel to the ground. You can also hold that back heel down, and you can gently rock forward and backwards if you want to. I like to just hold for about 20 to 30 seconds per ankle. So you should feel that all through the back of your foot. We can take that drill a step further by adding a plate and actually elevating our toes. So all I've done now, exact same drill, I've just taken my foot from a flat position to an incline, then I'm gonna add my kettlebell to my knee, and I'm gently just gonna push forward. So you're gonna feel that just a little bit deeper down the back of your leg. And again, you can rock forwards and backwards gently, trying to get further, or just hold for about 30 seconds per leg. So my third and final drill for you is gonna be involving just a band. So I've hooked this band about 6 inches off of the floor. I'm gonna hook it to the front of my ankle. I recommend at least a green band so it's a little bit thicker across the front of your ankle. We're gonna hook it to our ankle, and the band is gonna be wanting to pull my ankle backwards. And I'm gonna do similar to what I did with the kettlebell. Now I'm just gonna drive my knee out over my toe, keeping my heel flat to the ground. That's the key. We don't want our heels to pop up. So this band really allows me to dig my heel in. As it's pulling my ankle back, I'm just pressing my knee forward. I like to go outside, center, inside in this position, and just kind of keep working back and forth. If there's one spot that's super sticky, just hang out there for 60 seconds and just really focus on trying to get the knee out over the toe. If you guys found value in this today, please like and subscribe. It definitely helps our channel. Comment below with anything else you want to see, teaching, exercises, nutrition, fitness, health, lifestyle, more vlogs, Milo, I don't know, whatever you guys want to see, we'd love to bring it to you. Have a great day, smash that like button, and we'll see you in the next video.